Hey, there's J-Dog. Hey, today I'm at Mount Blue State Park in the northwestern part of the state of Maine. I came up to the state of Maine to visit with family and decided to spend some time at some state parks that I hadn't visited before. And this is one of them, Mount Blue State Park. This state park is in Weld, Maine. I'll put up a map so you can see where I am in the northwestern part of Maine. And it sits on Webb Lake, which is a beautiful little lake here. But the park is named for Mount Blue, which is right over my shoulder there. You can see in the distance. Mount Blue is about a 3,100 foot mountain. I have climbed it before about 30 years ago with my son, and it's a tough hike, but it's a nice one to see some beautiful views of the western Maine mountains. There's two parts of the state park. There's one on the other side of the lake where the mountain is. And over here where I am on the other side of the lake is where Mount Blue State Park campground is. I spent a lot of time in this part of Maine because my mother-in-law lives just one town over from here. But I've never been over here to camp. I have visited the state park to dump my tanks in my RV, but I've never stayed here. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to check this out, is to see what the campground was like. Webb Lake is a great place to go swimming, and usually it's very warm. But in addition to swimming, you can rent kayaks, and there's some hiking trails here that you can check out in the park. This is really nice down here. Today's been a hot day. I didn't get here till late afternoon, and so I wish I could have spent the afternoon in the water here, but next time I'll do that. But let me take you up and show you the campground so you can see what that looks like. So this is the campground here at Mount Blue State Park. This is my site here in the background. And it's one of the large sites, extra large sites actually, and it's one of the few sites that has power and water. And it's a large campground here at Mount Blue State Park. I think on the map I counted up about 130 sites, and most of those don't have power and water. I was very lucky that there are only about a dozen sites here that have power and water, and I was lucky to snag one of them here just for one night. I'll take a walk around the campground and show you some clips of what the campsites look like. It's very well laid out into three big loops that have roads like the one I'm going to show you here. Campground is organized into three big loops, each on a road, like the one I'm walking on here. You can see the campsites are off to the side on each of the roads, but they're very well spaced out here in this state park. Here's another shot of some of the campsites here, and you can see the spacing between the sites. Pretty good privacy. You can also hear the hum in the background. The campground does allow generators, and you can run them here from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. as long as your neighbors don't complain. They have a nice new bathhouse here at Mount Blue State Park, right in the middle of the campground. It's brand new with several shower stalls as well as men's and women's sides. But they also have some more rustic ones here that I'll show you. More of the pit toilet variety that are sprinkled throughout this large campground. A lot of the campsites have these big rocks that have been made into fireplaces. It's really cool. They're kind of all over the place, and it's kind of shows the age of the campground. One of the things I like about the state of Maine state park campgrounds is they're very rustic, and it makes you feel like you're camping. I like the way that the sites are spaced out, and the way they set them up, so kind of a rustic feel to them. But it really feels like you're camping in the woods, which is what I like. Especially after I was camping in my mother-in-law's driveway for 3 days. So this is really nice. I'm on trail here going back down to the beach because I really liked that yesterday. So I'll show you some more of that. Well, that was a nice walk through the woods to get down here to the beach. I only had one day, as I mentioned, but I wanted to kind of spend some more time by this beautiful lake here. So I'm going to spend a couple extra hours here. Got my RV parked over in the day use area, but what a lovely place to camp. I'm definitely coming back. I never knew this was so pretty here, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe. See you on down the road.